All right, let's dive into the world of AI and, the company everyone's buzzing about, Nvidia.
Yeah.
They just crushed their earnings predictions like a double-beat quarter. But here's the thing. The market isn't exactly throwing a party.
Right.
We're going to figure out why that is using some awesome sources.
Okay.
First, we got analyst Kevin Dubrissy breaking down Nvidia's stock performance from Benzinga's YouTube pre-show.
Interesting.
And then we're going right to the source. Excerpts from Nvidia's Q4 2024 earnings call transcript straight from CEO Jensen Huang.
I love going straight to the source.
Me too. You get the real story that way.
You do.
So what's kind of weird to me is this disconnect.
Yeah.
Nvidia's doing amazing, but the market's like, eh.
Yeah, it's intriguing, isn't it?
It's like they don't fully believe in the power of AI.
It's like they're hesitant to really buy into it.
Even though companies like Nvidia are proving it's the real deal.
Even though it's already having a big impact.
Right. Dubrissy actually shows Nvidia's stock has been kind of stuck. Like walking a tightrope, even with all the good news.
Yeah, he talks about IV crush.
Yeah, IV crush.
Which is when basically options traders bet big on a stock move.
Oh, I see.
That doesn't actually happen.
Oh.
And then they end up, well, crushed.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's a risky game.
It is.
It kind of highlights the uncertainty around how to put a value on a company like Nvidia.
Right.
Their success is tied to AI,
Yeah.
which is still, in a lot of ways, an emerging field.
Right.
So the traditional ways of valuing companies might not capture the long-term potential.
Yeah, you're right.
It leaves investors a bit unsure.
And, making it even more wait and see,
Yeah.
Nvidia's new Blackwell architecture,
Oh, yeah.
it's selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Their fastest product ramp ever,
It's incredible.
which really shows how much demand there is for AI hardware.
It really does.
It's like proof that AI is more than just talk.
It's a real indicator that things are happening
It's happening now.
right now.
And Blackwell is designed to handle both. Training and inference.
Two essential pillars
The AI heavyweight.
of AI, exactly.
Okay, so break it down for me.
Sure.
What does it mean for a chip to handle both of those things?
Well, think of like teaching an AI model, right? You're giving it tons of data to learn from.
I see.
And then inference, that's when you actually use the trained model to make predictions or decisions.
So it's like learning and thinking,
Exactly.
but for AI,
Yes.
but happening really fast.
In real time, yeah.
Wow.
And in the past, those processes needed different types of hardware.
Really?
But Blackwell's different, it brings them together,
Interesting.
which makes it super efficient for all kinds of AI applications.
It's like a brain
Yeah,
that can learn and think
Yeah.
at lightning speed.
that's a great analogy.
Thanks.
And it's really powering what Jensen Huang calls reasoning AI.
Reasoning AI.
Yeah, it's like a shift.
Okay.
We're going from AI just recognizing patterns,
Right, like knowing it's a cat in a picture.
exactly, to AI that can actually understand things.
Oh, wow.
Complex relationships solve problems.
So not just recognizing,
No.
but really understanding
Yeah.
and using that knowledge to
Absolutely.
solve real-world problems.
You got it.
That's a game changer.
It is.
And as those AI models get smarter,
Yes.
you need more and more power
And much more.
just to run them.
Right.
This is where Huang's scaling laws come in.
Yeah, those were pretty intense in the earnings call.
They were, weren't they?
What are those all about?
So they describe how the need for computing power in AI is growing
I see.
exponentially.
Wow.
Not just for training the models,
Yeah.
but for actually using them in the real world.
Okay.
So the first law is about the pre-training phase,
Right.
training on massive data sets.
Got it.
Then the second law, post-training,
Okay.
refining and improving the model. And the third, the inference time scaling we talked about.
Right.
How much power you need to run those complex applications.
So it's not enough.
To just build bigger, smarter AI models.
You need the infrastructure.
The foundation.
Yes.
And that's where Nvidia steps in.
That's exactly where they come in.
They're not just providing the hardware.
No.
They're building the whole ecosystem.
Yes, the chips, the software tools, the partnerships.
It's all connected.
They're fostering innovation.
It's impressive.
It really is.
And then Huang mentions physical AI.
Yeah, physical AI.
He's not just talking about our phones or data centers.
You're talking about AI being everywhere.
Like in robots.
In robotics, exactly.
Think about it.
Yeah.
AI isn't just in the digital world anymore.
It's part of our physical world.
Imagine robots working with humans in factories.
Collaborating side by side.
Or self-driving cars on the roads.
navigating, making decisions.
Or even in healthcare.
AI-powered medical devices, assisting surgeons.
It's like something out of a movie.
It is, isn't it?
But it's happening now.
It's happening right now.
And if physical AI gets as big as Huang says,
Yeah.
the implications are massive.
It could change everything.
How we work, live, interact with the world.
Absolutely everything.
Whoa. Okay.
I know, it's a lot to take in.
We went from confused investors to like sci-fi scenarios.
Didn't we?
But before we go too far down that rabbit hole,
Okay,
let's talk about who's actually using all this AI.
right. Good point.
Is it just the big tech companies?
Yes, that only the giants.
Or are regular companies getting involved too?
That's a great question.
Because that's one of the biggest things from Nvidia's earnings call.
It is.
They're seeing huge growth
I can
from
tell.
both enterprise
Okay.
and what they call hyperscale customers.
Those are the big cloud
They're
providers.
the ones we all know.
Exactly.
But here's the interesting part.
Yeah.
Nvidia thinks that enterprise AI spending,
Interesting.
that's going to be the big one eventually.
The dominant force.
So you're saying regular businesses
Yes.
will use more AI than those huge tech companies?
In the long run, that's what they're predicting.
Why is that?
Well, because AI is becoming more accessible,
Makes sense.
more applicable to different industries.
I see.
Companies are realizing they can build AI into their products, their services,
Right.
optimize their operations, even create whole new business models based on AI.
It's like AI is becoming the core
It is. It's becoming the foundation.
of how businesses run.
Exactly.
It's not just about data scientists anymore.
Not at all.
It's about AI impacting every industry.
Every single one.
Healthcare, finance.
Manufacturing, retail.
AI is for everyone now.
It's a democratization of
I like that.
AI. Yeah.
The tools are no longer exclusive.
They're becoming available to businesses of all sizes.
Amazing.
And this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
As AI gets more advanced, we're going to see even more creative, more innovative applications.
Wow.
And that's going to fuel the growth of this market even further.
That's incredible.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting to think about.
It is.
We were just talking about how companies are starting to realize they can really use AI in their products and services.
Yeah.
It's like AI is going from behind the scenes to center stage.
That's a great way to put it.
Makes you wonder, who else is trying to get in on this AI action?
Right. Is Nvidia the only game in town?
Are there other companies trying to steal the AI crown?
There are always contenders in the tech world,
Of course.
but Nvidia's got some serious advantages.
Like what? Give us the insider info.
Well, first off, they're GPUs.
Those graphics processing units?
Exactly. They're perfect for the kind of heavy lifting AI needs.
Oh, I see.
It's like they've been training for this AI marathon for years.
Well, everyone else was still learning to walk.
Exactly.
So they've got this head start.
They do, because they've been fine-tuning their tech for so long.
Decades, right.
Decades, yeah.
But it's more than just having powerful chips, isn't it?
It is. It's also about the ecosystem they've built
Oh, interesting.
around their hardware and software.
Like, what do you mean?
It's like a whole city of developers and researchers and companies,
Wow.
all using NVIDIA's tools and contributing to its progress.
So it's like a community.
It is a powerful community.
The more people use it, the better it gets.
Exactly, a network effect.
That makes sense.
It makes NVIDIA's platform incredibly valuable.
Okay, I'm starting to see why they're in such a good position.
Yeah, they've really set themselves up for success.
Let's go back to the earnings call then.
Sure.
Remember Huang kept saying inference time scaling?
Oh, yeah. Inference time scale.
Can we unpack that a little more?
Absolutely. Remember we talked about how early AI models were mostly about recognizing images?
Right, like telling you it's a cat in a photo.
Exactly. But reasoning AI.
The kind Blackwell's designed for.
Right. It goes a step further.
It's not just about recognizing what something is.
It's about understanding it.
like the meaning behind it.
Yes, and how it relates to other things.
It's like the difference between reading a recipe and actually understanding the science of why it works.
That's a great analogy.
And as those AI models get more complex, the processing power needed during that inference phase.
When the AI is actually applying its knowledge.
Yeah, that's when it skyrockets.
That's inference timescaling in a nutshell.
So even if you have a super smart AI,
It's not enough.
you need the power to actually make it work.
You need that computing power, yeah.
Imagine asking an AI to analyze the stock market,
Oh yeah,
predict what's going to happen.
complex stuff.
It needs to process so much data.
Tons of data in real time.
Without enough power, it's going to be slow.
Slow and inefficient, definitely.
Okay, so we need more and more processing power.
It seems that way.
But is there a limit?
That's a great question.
Can we keep up as AI gets more complex?
That's where Nvidia's focus on efficiency comes in.
Oh, interesting.
They're not just making their chips more powerful.
They're making them use less energy.
Exactly, and making them smaller.
So they can fit in more places.
In more devices, yeah.
So they're making AI more practical.
For a wider range of applications.
For our everyday devices.
And for large-scale industrial uses.
It's like they're setting the stage for AI to be everywhere.
They are. They're really paving the way.
This is getting pretty mind-blowing.
It is, isn't it?
Remember Huang talked about sovereign AI?
Oh yeah, sovereign AI.
The idea that different countries and regions will develop their own AI.
Their own AI ecosystems, yeah.
It's like separate AI nations.
It's a really interesting concept.
And that's a huge opportunity for Nvidia, right?
It is. They're positioning themselves to be the provider for all those different AI ecosystems.
Oh, the hardware and software.
For this new AI world order.
I feel like we're living in a sci-fi movie.
It does feel that way sometimes, doesn't it?
And it's all happening right now.
This isn't some distant future.
The AI revolution is already here.
It's happening all around us.
And Nvidia's not just keeping up.
They're setting the pace.
They're leading the way.
Absolutely. They're constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It's exciting and a little bit scary, to be honest.
I understand that.
All this talk about AI's potential is amazing.
It is?
But what about the risks?
You're right. We need to talk about the potential downsides.
What should we be worried about?
Well, one big concern is job displacement.
Yeah, that's a big one.
As AI gets more capable, it might be able to do jobs that humans currently do.
The robots are coming for our jobs, right?
It's not quite that simple.
Okay.
It's more nuanced than that.
How so?
Some jobs will definitely be impacted as AI takes over certain tasks.
Okay.
But AI is also going to create new opportunities.
Right, new kinds of jobs.
And reshape the jobs that already exist.
So it's more about working with AI rather than being replaced by it.
Exactly. We need to adapt, learn new skills.
So we can thrive in this new world.
That's the key. Focusing on skills that complement AI.
Not compete with it.
That's the idea.
I like that. That's more optimistic.
It's about finding a way to work together.
But I still wonder, what if AI gets too powerful?
That's a valid concern.
Those sci-fi movies where AI takes over the world,
I know what you mean.
they can be pretty freaky.
They can be, but we need to have these conversations.
As we develop more advanced AI.
Absolutely. AI is a tool.
Right?
Like any tool. It can be used for good or bad.
It depends on who's using it.
And how they're using it.
So how do we make sure it's used for good?
We need to develop and deploy AI responsibly.
So it's not about being afraid of AI.
It's about respecting its power.
And guiding its development in a positive direction.
Exactly. We need to be thoughtful.
Proactive.
Yes, we need clear guidelines, regulations.
To make sure it benefits everyone.
To make sure AI benefits humanity as a whole.
That's a powerful message.
It's an important one.
Okay, we've covered a lot today.
We have.
We went from Nvidia's earnings call to the future of humanity.
It's been quite a journey.
Alongside AI, no less.
And it's just the beginning.
It is, isn't it?
The AI revolution is still unfolding. The next few years will be crucial.
In shaping how this technology impacts us all.
Absolutely.
I need a minute to process everything.
I understand.
This has been an incredible conversation.
It has. It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you.
We'll be back for part 3.
Looking forward to it.
We'll wrap up our deep dive
and leave you with some things to think about.
Until then, keep those AI-powered brains humming.
I will.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Nvidia and the world of AI.
It's been a wild ride.
It really has, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Before we started, AI felt like something out of a movie, you know?
Oh, like a distant future thing.
Yeah, but now I'm seeing it everywhere.
It is everywhere.
From online shopping to talking to my smart speaker.
It's true. AI is already woven into our lives.
In ways we don't even realize half the time.
Exactly. And it's easy to get caught up in the hype.
All those predictions about what AI might do.
Yeah, but the reality is AI is already here.
It's happening now.
Right now.
And Nvidia is right there in the thick of it. They're not just making chips, they're building the foundation for a whole new way of thinking about technology.
It's about how we solve problems.
How we interact with the world.
Exactly. And their ability to adapt to this crazy AI landscape.
It's pretty remarkable.
They're always pushing the boundaries.
Not just with processing power,
no,
but with efficiency and accessibility too.
Making it more practical for everyone.
It's like they're playing chess while everyone else is trying to figure out checkers.
A great analogy.
Makes you think about the risks, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All this talk about AI's potential.
Yeah.
Are there downsides we need to be aware of?
Of course, any powerful technology has potential pitfalls.
Like what?
Well, job displacement is a big one.
People are worried about robots taking their jobs.
Right, and it's a valid concern.
So are the robots coming for us?
It's not that straightforward.
Okay.
It's more about certain tasks being automated,
Okay.
which will impact some jobs, yes.
Right.
But AI will also create new opportunities.
Right. New jobs we haven't even thought of yet.
Exactly.
And existing jobs will evolve.
They'll have to.
So it's more about humans and AI working together.
Working together, that's the key.
Each playing to their strengths.
Right, we need to adapt.
Learn new skills.
Skills that complement AI.
Not compete with it.
Exactly.
That's reassuring to hear.
It's about finding the balance.
I like that, finding the balance.
Embracing the potential of AI while being aware of the downsides.
And being responsible with it.
Absolutely, we need to have those conversations.
About the ethical implications of AI.
How do we make sure it's developed and used ethically?
How do we make sure it's used for good?
That's the big question.
Right?
We need guidelines, regulations.
Rules of the road for AI.
Exactly. To make sure it benefits humanity.
Make sure AI makes the world a better place.
That's the goal.
This deep dive has been a real journey.
It has been.
From decoding an earnings call to talking about the future of humanity.
It's amazing how one company can spark such big questions.
Nvidia is not just building technology.
No, they're shaping the future.
And it's up to all of us
To make sure that future's a good one.
to guide this technology in the right direction.
Responsibly and ethically.
This has been an incredible conversation.
It has.
Thank you for joining us.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in to our deep dive.
Keep exploring.
Keep those minds engaged.
The world of AI is just getting started.
And we'll be here to explore with you every step of the way.
Absolutely. Until next time.
See you then.